Those that don't know me or this event, it's been a lot of fun. We've been putting these on for a year now and had a lot of success. Raised a couple $1 million off of it, made a lot of great contacts, and built a lot of confidence for the companies that are pitching. And we do this every month. My group is called Dental Venture Capital. I'm an advisor for startup companies helping bring products to market. I've helped launch hundreds of products, worked with almost 1,000 startup companies now over the last 25 years being in the dental industry. From a little bit about the background of the program, we take companies from idea to exit. Several of the people that are on the call are early in their process. They're at the idea phase, and then others are all the way down to the scaling side of it. And we implement processes, tools. I call it the innovators operating system. It's basically a hybrid of EOS, entrepreneur operating system, but a 90-day version that's quick and implementing a platform of sorts to a couple different products that we implement. We give about $10,000 worth of tools as a part of being a part of our program. And those that are a part of the program get to go first and pitch on this event. And we love to learn about new products and new companies that are coming out and give them opportunities to pitch after the initial pitches. So real quick, a successful pitch, quick intro, problem statement, solution, talk about traction, and make sure you're asking for some sort of call to action. What's next? And what are you looking for? Money-wise, customers, partnerships, across the board. So our first pitch today is Evan Schlossberg. Evan is a part of the Dental Venture Capital program. So Evan, I will have you kick us off first.
All right. Let me share my screen here. Can you guys see?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. All right. Great. Well, Travis, thanks again for another great pitch event. I always appreciate all the work you do to get us all organized here. My name is Evan Schlossberg, and I am the CEO and co-founder of The Gleamery, and we are reinventing dental care for millennials and Gen Z. The Gleamery is a dental care studio that offers specialized services rooted in health and wellness and beauty, designed for the modern consumer. And our goal is to build a national brand of next-gen tech-enabled dental studios that offer convenient, enjoyable, and effective dental care for modern consumers. Now, I don't need to spend too much time on this group, but it turns out that the dental market is an incredibly attractive one to disrupt. It's a large $170 billion market, recession-resistant, structurally very profitable, highly fragmented, with long, sticky, valuable customer and patient relationships. However, millennials and Gen Z, who make up a full 40% of the US population, the largest cohort in America, are a deprioritized patient demographic because they simply don't have the same restorative care needs as pediatrics for folks over the age of 45. And so what this means is there's no incentive for the traditional dental sector to serve their unique needs and expectations, which leads to an outdated, unsatisfactory patient experience, perverse incentives, and a big trust gap. And the outcome of that is, according to the American Dental Association, on an annual basis, 80% of millennials will tell you that they plan to go to the dentist. Everybody knows it's something they have to do, but only 30% end up going. And I'm sure that a lot of these factors resonate with the group here. There's anxiety and fear. It's an inconvenient process. Cost is opaque, and many don't have insurance. And there's frankly just distrust and misaligned incentives from dental industry that's trying to sell them restorative treatments that they may or may not need. All that to say, ironically, dental remains the last untapped pillar of the wellness economy, and there's never been a better moment in time to serve the dental needs of this millennial and Gen Z cohort. As you guys all know, our smiles have never been more front and center, specifically with the Instagram and the TikTok generation, who is obsessed with the perfect smile. It turns out that wellness and beauty are actually two of the highest spend categories for millennials and Gen Z, and dental sits right at the intersection of both of those two really important areas of spend. And then oral health has really entered the wellness conversation. And I think that the radar very much has hit for the oral health, full body health connectivity. And then the broader consumer services space is really getting disrupted. And you see a lot of legacy industries, whether it's veterinary, med spa, hair salons, OBGYN, and fertility, that have gotten disrupted by these new aspirational brands that come in with elevated store design, a focused offering, world-class customer experience, tech enablement, and convenience first. And so that's where the Gleamery really comes in to do that and reinvent dental care for the modern consumer. We start by focusing on just the dental treatments that this young consumer wants and needs on a regular basis, which is healthy, straight, white, natural looking teeth. And then we put an amazing customer experience around it, where we put convenience and comfort first and beautifully designed tech-forward studios and ultimately deliver results-oriented dental care. And in just 9 months, we've achieved best-in-class four-wall dental metrics. So just a couple to flag, we achieved profitability on a four-wall basis in our third month of operations. May was our best month to date at a 2.6 million top-line revenue run rate, 25% four-wall EBITDA. Our unit economics are very strong. We're profitable on the first visit, and our customer feedback is stellar with an 82% NPS versus a 1% NPS in traditional dental. And how do we do it? So it starts with our service offering, where we really unbundle the intensive restorative treatments that this age 20 to 45 cohort simply needs at a lower frequency than the other cohorts in the population. So we focus on preventative health and wellness and beauty-oriented treatments. Cleanings, exams, teeth whitening, clear aligners, and then minor restorative treatments like night guards, chip tooth repair, and the like. Of course, sometimes we'll see guests who come in who need more restorative care. We have a very strong network of referral partners that we will then refer out to for those folks. And we have the aligned incentives, no incentive to upsell. And so that trust is really strong. Because we unbundle that treatment model, there's two major business model benefits that unlocks for us. Number one, we have lower labor costs because the majority of those treatments that I just talked about and that we focus on are actually delivered by a hygienist. And so we have a hygienist-centric labor model. And then we do use part-time dentists for aligners, for establishing patient-provider intake, for exams. However, those are part-time dentists that are just structurally paid at a lower rate than your traditional full-time dentist that has production and potentially has multiple dentists on staff. So we have lower labor costs. The other benefit is we're lower CapEx. So to build a new location, it just costs us less because we don't have the same specialized dental equipment needs that a traditional dental office will require in order to do the long tail of restorative treatments. And so what that means is we get to profitability more rapidly and a faster CapEx payback. From a customer experience standpoint, we put convenience and transparency at the center of everything we do. So unlike a traditional dentist where you can't find the price online, you have to pick up the phone to book, they're closed nights and weekends and potentially Fridays as well, and you can't get an appointment for the next 3 weeks. We have easy one-click online booking. Our appointments start and end on time. We have transparent pricing on our website with no upsells, and our hours are, we're open 7 days a week, and we have nights and weekends available. Our studio spaces are beautiful, designed like a spa, look like a spa, smell like a spa, sound like a spa. We don't have drills and needles, which obviously everybody hates. And, unlike the traditional clinical, unwelcoming, kind of typical dental model, our studios are beautiful in every way and are really designed to exude comfort and have a really elevated aspirational feel. It's unlike any dental environment that anybody's ever been into. We also put tech at the center of everything that we do. So we have obviously the digitally enabled customer experience. We adopt cutting edge dental tech in all of our treatments, and then AI-based clinical workflows to even further lower labor costs that our providers absolutely love. And so our flagship West Hollywood location, which launched in August of 2024, is well on its way to a $5 million annual revenue and 35% four-wall EBITDA. We just closed, or we're in the midst of our best quarter to date, tracking towards a 20% four-wall EBITDA margin, $2.5 million run rate. And that'll be a less than 20-month CapEx payback, which is world-class. Where are we going? We plan to open 30 locations by 2028 and then 100 locations nationwide in the longer term. That 30 location plan will get us to a $100 million revenue business within the next couple of years, 25 million in four-wall EBITDA. And the focus is what major metro markets, western half of the US, with a high concentration of our target millennial and Gen Z consumers. So really starting in Southern California, building outwards from there to focus on other major metros in California, and then the other major metros in Texas, Phoenix, Denver, and Seattle thereafter. Our team is equipped to execute on this plan. We have success in dental, in consumer brands, and in four-wall businesses. So our founder and my business partner, Dr. Tina Nguyen, is a accomplished endodontist with 2 endo clinics up in the Pacific Northwest. She started the Gleamery because she was tired of seeing her patients too late and believed that there had to be a better model of dental care. And then my quick background, I started my career at Bain and Company, worked there for 7 years with a stint up at business school in Stanford. And then from there left to go run a premium culinary consumer brand called Headley and Bennett. We 4X'd the top line in my time there, got the business profitability, and I wasn't looking to leave, but actually Dr. Tina's vision really resonated with me because everybody got their challenges in life. Mine had been dental related. So I was born with a cleft lip, had a bunch of dental work growing up associated with that. And then was hit in the face with a baseball when I was 15. That triggered a 10-year tooth resorption process where in my mid-20s, I had to get this front teeth extracted and a bunch of procedures to get the bone to grow back, veneers, implant, et cetera. And so the idea, so I'm visually familiar from a consumer standpoint of all of the pain points in traditional dental. And then our ops team is very skilled and experienced in multi-location four-wall operating and scaling. So Amanda and AJ helped scale Therabody from 1 to 23 locations over a 2-year period. And then finally, our investors, Brand Project and Montage, both excellent consumer venture funds who have a depth of experience in scaling four-wall multi-unit retail brands. And so that brings me to the ask here. So we're raising a total of $1.6 million, which will be used to open our second location in Santa Monica here in LA. We have closed 650 so far. So there's about $950,000 left in the round. We're raising on a safe note with an $8 million pre-money cap. And longer term, this investment is going to pay off. We are building this thing towards an exit. We know that there's a rich base of potential acquirers, whether there are strategic DSOs who have a very complementary customer base with us, or financial buyers in private equity that have obviously a long track record in the DSO space. And so would love to get you involved in this journey.
So Vajahat, good segue. You're up next.
I have known Travis for almost 10 years now. Whenever I started working on how to build the technology, he was the first person I got in touch with through a good friend of mine who's the CEO of Patient Prison, Mr. Amol Nirgurkar. And then he got me in touch with Travis, and since then it's been a long journey together. So what we created after I started working in my dental office as a clinician, I saw these pain points that come across dental business owners about, keeping the productivity high and efficiency high. And along with, doing all the clinical work, single dentists, single offices, all these issues that I faced, I started thinking on terms of, how to minimize them. We can't eliminate them because there is a lot going on in the dental industry that is non-standardized. So we thought of creating an all-in-one AI-powered, technology that can create an ecosystem of sorts where a person can just log in at one time and they don't have to worry about, passing the information from one module to the other, because it all flows seamlessly in a cloud-based one login type of a ecosystem. So that gave existence to Dentrax. And the problem that we are solving with Dentrax are everything related to resource shortage, productivity management, and then improving the profitability by creating more efficiencies, preventing all the bleeding that can occur from account receivables not being managed properly, eligibility is not being done properly, and, keeping the staff accountable. That pain point we solved by, creating a technology that can do a lot of work on its own due to automation and AI that is involved in our platforms. And then whoever is working on these platforms are the people who can, be your core teams. And there is a great capability of assigning tasks, taking accountability. People correct their mistakes on their own because we tie them into incentives programs that are self-learning and self-motivating programs. All of that is automated in the software in a way where whoever is creating value for the practice gets rewarded, and whoever is lazy can get more training and they can up their game. So on an average, almost 13% of the revenue is lost due to errors in revenue cycle management. So if we can tap into that and then put this money back in our clients' pockets, it adds a lot of value for whatever we're doing. How do we do that? Like I said, we created an ecosystem where everything from the point of the first phone call coming to the office all the way to the balance of the patient becoming zero is what is tracked. What we track as a phone call is in the form of an AI that answers the phone call, where we provide the transcripts as well as the voice recording to the clients, and they can actually work a lead all the way up to putting the patient on the chair, rather than the lead, just spilling through the cracks and not being converted. As dentists, we spend a lot of money on making this happen, having a patient come to the office or having a patient make a phone call. But if that lead is not converted, it's wasted effort, wasted resources, wasted money. So once that patient makes the appointment, we get that dental insurance verified through Dent Verify. Once the work is done for the patient, it goes into DentSend as in the form of a claim, with the claim statusing done in an automated way. Verification is done in an automated way. As long as the patient's appointment is on the books, the system will run the eligibility verification on its own. After the claim is sent, the money gets paid, it goes into the bank, we validate that, we automatically convert the data from the PMS and the data from the bank into a reconciliation dashboard. If something doesn't match, if there is any embezzlement, if there is dishonored checks, if there is a credit card that's returned, we catch all of that and we send notifications to the business owner, and they can take action on that immediately. Items that are not paid or partially paid, or insurance has issues with certain information that has been sent to them, we catch all of that under DentRev, and we create the whole life cycle of the claim to be able to catch all of those in a way and return them back to the insurance in a way that they have to pay. So all of that is done through DentRev. And when all the monies are paid, the people that need to be rewarded are rewarded through the effort that they have made in the form of different scorecards and different accountability measures and metrics that we have created in the incentive. And people get paid based on the production and collection targets met, based on how their teams are performing in terms of how much they exceeded the targets. If an individual person is performing excellently by creating more business for the office, like a patient came for recall visit, but some dental assistant converted that patient into a bleaching patient, that gets rewarded, that person gets rewarded. And all of that flows through their dashboard in a very transparent way, and they can get rewarded for what they are doing for the practice. Along with some people who are doing a lot of work on social media, for example, they're taking TikTok videos, educating patients. And once the business owner approves, those videos get uploaded onto the different social media platforms, they get rewarded for that. And all of that is automatically governed through our platforms. It makes it very easy for people to do all of those type of things. It's not very hassle-some as it is in the regular world. So these are all the modules. So I mean, this is a little description of all of them. I'm going to just flow through them. So we do have a superior product in comparison to the market. I mean, there are lots of competitors in the market in the tech space, but if you look at what we provide compared to the others, we are providing a whole ecosystem. Some of these features, as you see, are overlapping, right? So if you subscribe to this person, you don't get this feature. If you subscribe to this person, you don't get this feature, for example. What we do is we try to create basic features that are essential, and we are working on the advanced features that are going to put a great value to the product that we have. And then what are the things we actually deliver? The deliverables that we have seen over the years with our clients is, increase in their productivity by almost 25%, reduction in the errors, which helps with compliances and having clean claims out about 40%. You get paid faster and you get paid more. And then we overall increase the profitability of the dental office in double-digit values. So what is the market? I mean, it's a great market. We all know that, dental market is almost like a $2.2 billion industry on the technology side. We are only targeting, say, for example, 522 million. So our target is to achieve a client base of about 10,000 customers by 2029, which is almost like just 5% of the total number of dental offices in North America, which is like 200,000 dental offices in North America. And we are trying to acquire only 10,000 clients, which is 5% of what the total market is. And if we are able to achieve that through different marketing channels, what we are doing is almost most of our customers will be acquired through, 80% of them through direct sales and channel partners and conferences and events. And only like about 20%, 30% of customers through digital media search engines and stuff like that. The numbers are staggering. If we achieve our targets with a very modest unit price for 10,000 customers achieved by the end of 2029, we are looking at a great profitability number. And this is what we are serving as a target, which is only 5% of the total market share. So if 4 million is raised, which is our ask, we are valuing the company at 26 million at this present time. After we reach our targets, we will be returning a value of 850% as the revenue return of investment for the customer, for the investor. And how are we going to spend our money? Most of it is going to be spent on sales and marketing effort and getting the word out there that we have a great product. We want to go to a lot of conferences. I want to be a speaker on the national circuit, which I've already started to do on practice management and how to improve profitability. Being a dentist, that becomes an easier task because I've been doing it for some time already. And I'm just increasing the effort on that aspect right now because of the fact that I'm not doing clinical dentistry anymore. And then, some of the money will be spent on innovation and then continued development and tech support for the product. But most of it is sales and marketing. And our growth milestones have been achieved so far. So right now we are in the phase of acquiring customers. We have a managed services side, which is called USA Dental Solutions. We have 200 customers in there. They're ready to get onboarded onto this platform as soon as we completely launch. We have about 35 customers already on the platform, and we are on the road to acquire a lot more. So our team comprises right now of myself, VP of Operations. Tausif, he's in India. He handles all the effort in India. And Arafat is our product development person. And Travis needs to be on here because he's helping me with the project management. So overall, this is our team so far, and we are looking for advisors. We are looking for people who can partner with us. And we have been successful through this group to be able to initiate some talks for making efforts on improving partnerships and that effort. That's all I have. Any questions, please?
It's a great story. He built a successful DSO, realized he needed to have an outsourcing component, built an outsourcing component, realized he needed a software platform to manage that. And now he's got all those pieces put together, and it's now just a matter of getting the word out and the marketing, because he's the right guy behind it. All right. The next doctor, Dr. Mark Thorson, you are up.
Yes, sir. Thanks, everyone, for your time. I'm Dr. Mark Thorson, retired general dentist, dental educator, dental innovator, and dental sales professional. Dental patients generally want three things. Please do a really good job. Please do it very efficiently. And please don't hurt me. The current systems that are in use for placing class 2 restorations, those of you who are clinicians understand this, work. I've used them myself. They've been around forever, and only modest variations have been developed over many, many years. Inflatrix is a simpler, faster, and more comfortable matrix for class 2 restorations. That's a direct way of putting it, succinctly. We have 2 patents, U.S. patents. We have a U.S. trademark. The FDA has classified Inflatrix as a 510K exempt device, a class 1 medical device. It's very exciting. I'm very happy about that. I'll be bringing up more information about production as we go. The current systems work, as I said, but they take a long time. The average clinicians require between 60 and 75 seconds to place all of the hardware. This is a very generic photograph. I'm not attempting to point out any one product that's somehow bad, because it's not. It does work, but it takes 60 to 75 seconds to place the hardware, and it uses lots of parts. They have to be ordered, handled, passed over the patient, maintained, and please don't drop it. The current procedures, though time-honored and successful, usually cause some discomfort, most often post-operatively for the patient. Well, what's the solution? Thanks for asking. The solution is Inflatrix. It is one piece. It's an inflated device that holds itself in place with air and water pressure. It's much more efficient. It goes into place in less than 30 seconds and much more comfortable. I'll be happy to answer questions about components and how it's built and what it's made of in the Q&A. I'm starting at my demo video here. This is me narrating, but I want to give you just a couple of minutes on this and take my time. It's worth it.
It's one of those things you got to see it to really understand it. So
Is it not coming through the video?
no, we see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It blows up around the tooth and amazing. And just for all the people that are on the call, I've put links to everybody on here as well, to their website and calls if anybody wants to follow up. Please
Thank you,
don't book
Travis.
calls just to book calls with people if you're trying to sell something to them, if you're interested in investing, or if you're a legitimate partner. That's what the links are
Good.
for.
That's as far as I'm going to go with that. Thank you, Travis, for that lead in as far as the links and such.
Yeah.
I'll move through our market here. Annually in the U.S. alone, 83 million Class 2 restorations are placed, and 480 million TAM for that. It's huge. Our SAM, though, our specific addressable market is doctors that are GPs and kids dentists under the age of 45. Evan has just educated us on the value of the youth in terms of approaching the market and be able to zero in, target this market. These are the golden doctors that we want because they're early adopters, and we want their feedback. We want to cater to them and make sure that we make them happy. The U.S. market will grow by 90 million, as it says, over the next decade, and we will be approaching the world market within 24 to 36 months. Our marketing approaches, Travis knows this beautifully. He's helping to line most of it up. I'll be speaking directly to small groups and component societies. We're approaching the leadership now as making me an authority in this process. We're generating a webinar now that will be available at the end of this month. We have email and text marketing. Several online platforms are being approached to put Inflatrix and myself in front. The podcasts are a significant avenue as well. I've already been a guest, and I love being a podcast guest. It's a lot of fun. We're connecting with influencers. The show circuit, I just came from Denver, from the AAPD, gained a bunch of beta testers there, pediatric dentists, as well as we have Inflatrix.com now is our sales and information hub, and that's being fully developed and fleshed out. It's almost there, in fact. Our gross profit margin at capacity is 95% or so. Our target price, unit price of $3 each is extremely competitive. And cost of goods at production level is between 6 and 15 cents a piece. The statistics below talk about how we've helped to calculate our TAMs and SAMs. Some basic quotes here. The highlighted stuff is what's most important. These are real doctors with real patients, and they're essentially validating my claims. It is easier, it is more efficient, and it is faster. Fun to show that stuff. I'd be happy to share again in detail at Q&A. Our achievements at the end of 24, I was named one of the winners of our Regional Energy Capital Startup Challenge. I'm very proud to boast about having a piece of $50,000. I competed in the Shills Fund in the Chicago event. I wasn't named one of the winners, but it was a tremendous experience. Gained a lot of contacts and a lot of traction. I have succeeded in the Wyoming Kickstart grant application process. That's competitive and ongoing. And in the market expansion grant as a way of helping us state-based to cover expenses and going out to places to raise awareness. Very, very good. And now we're continuing our beta testing. I do have a window that's closing fairly soon on beta testers. If you're a clinician and you'd like to be a beta tester, use the links that Travis has put up in the chat. There's a box in my inflatorix.com site for that. You're welcome to do that. Our production run is actually complete. That's an update I need to make. I'm happy to boast about that. I've got a bunch of units in hand, and we're getting those in place for production. Now, I will say one beta testing announcement, a nonprofit national dental innovation testing organization has just begun testing Inflatrix. Not allowed to say who they are until they're done, but it is underway. I'm happy to share that. My team, myself, of course, Travis Rodgers, our esteemed host. My other experts on hydraulics, pneumatics, Eric Nisham, 35 years, Frank Patterson, designer and engineer. Beautiful experience that applies directly to Inflatrix. And Andy Evans at Precision Tool is building our specifics for the manufacturing equipment. There's 3 ways to collaborate with Inflatrix. You can become an investor. We have things lined up. All these QR codes lead directly to the correct pages that we've developed. Again, Travis guiding for that. And becoming a beta tester, there it shows in the middle. And helping me spread the word by connecting with any sort of broadcasting, podcasting opportunities to speak, present information. I'm happy to do that and grow. The final slide is my ask, which is we're looking at a pre-seed round of 650,000. That will be primarily used with production costs, getting us into the full up manufacturing speed, getting me out into the live events, the shows, the sales process initiated. When things begin to take off, and they will, we have estimated a formal launch date estimated as the end of August of this year. So thank you very much for all your attention. I'm very happy to take questions.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Any questions for Mark?
So Doc, in tight spaces, when you have like, if you're not wanting to break the contact, for example, and it's a pretty tight space, I mean, how, and you know, I saw that the material that you use is nice and comfortable, so it's also flexible. So how does it go through that area? Because sometimes I do have issues with just taking even like a stainless steel band through the contact. Then you have to sometimes, just move the tooth a little bit with the plastic instrument or something and then take it in. So how does that go in? Or it's a requirement to actually break the contact?
Well, I will not recommend anybody remove excess tooth structure or don't necessarily open the contact just because of Inflatrix. The device currently is thicker than the usual metal band. This feedback as far as getting it between the teeth has been well heard. We have another version that's coming to me from my designer that has a metal contact surface. To answer your question though, Vajahat, if it's so small, the reduction is so conservative that you have to work to get the teeth apart for a band, Inflatrix may not be your gig.
Okay.
My goal is not to eliminate all the current systems by any means. We're working toward a seat on the bus. I would love to have a place in the restorative kits and get doctors to have a chance. Along with my ask for investment is finalizing my beta tester pool. that window is closing. In fact, Bajahad, I believe your team has received quite a few of my beta test units. I'm looking happily for their feedback for that.
Sure. Well, definitely. That was the question that came up with some of my doctors that are trying to use it. And that's why I just wanted to put this out there and have a discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for Mark? All right. We'll move on to the next Mark. Mark Aniola. You're up.
All right, perfect.
All right. We're seeing it.
We're good. Well, perfect. Thank you, Travis. Again, my name is Mark Aniello. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Ethics. And just a little bit about my background. I spent the last 40 years of my professional career managing risk as a consultant. And certainly one of the focuses have been on safety, environmental health and safety aspect. But when you're looking at that, you have to also understand all aspects of a practice in an organization. We're talking about both the procedures and the workflows. What are the goals? We want to always try to increase efficiencies, improve data visibility so we can drive effective decision making. And the ultimate goal is really to identify risk, right? Both for the patient and the clinical staff. I worked with Ethics co-founder Michael Gutkin, our CTO, and an excellent team to digitize specific workflows and processes, because what we're really trying to do is organize and analyze data and predict and eliminate risk. And when we're talking about practices, we're looking really at the clinical side of the practice. So that's really important for us when we're talking about that. Interestingly enough, I just got back, as I was mentioning earlier, from the ADS conference in Orlando, and I kind of listened. They had some really excellent speakers, and their focus was on, obviously, infection control, looking at waterline safety, biospore testing, and sterilization. The other thing was, which was very interesting, was the discussion on staff career development, because that's going to be part when I talk about business critical issues, and making sure that we have properly trained people in the field and that we can keep them in there. And then certainly the innovative technologies that we're hearing today. Everybody's looking at innovations to drive that. Now, certainly one of the things when we start talking about specific problems, when I look at it, poor worker engagement is there. It's at the top of the list. High turnover when we're looking at dental assistants and dental hygienists, almost 35% a year. So we have to, it's really difficult when we're talking about recruiting and retention strategies. Growing demand for dental professionals in a very competitive market, and then looking at those competitive retention strategies where we're looking at wages, but I think, again, we have to look at career pathways. Today's employees are looking for technology that improve efficiencies, reduce that paperwork, and really expand time spent with patients. And this is a win-win for everybody. Certainly one of the other things that we key in on is the ability to meet timely regulatory and compliance reporting requirements. Legal exposure, everybody's aware of HIPAA, security and privacy breaches, and how much that can create a problem for us. But also what was very interesting is some of the things that are coming out of waterline safety under infection control issues, biospore testing for sterilization processes. I believe also the lack of data visibility. How is data being collected, stored, and utilized? We have to help drive decision-making and improve efficiencies, right? Reduce that operational risk. And we can see all the different problems there and what they can cause as far as a potential issue. So again, what are currently practices doing? Recent surveys, 60% of the practices are using either spreadsheets or handwritten logs or silo software that's really not effectively communicating. You can collect data, but what are you doing with that data to drive efficiencies and reduce risk? So one of the other things as we start to talk, what do we do? Ethics is a business intelligence software that really focuses on the clinical side. For a busy dental practice, Ethics is a comprehensive solution that automates tasks, reduces paperwork, and frees up staff time to focus on patients. This is a key, right? We want to identify, manage, and mitigate the risk, streamline workflow, and provide the insightful data, right? We need reporting and analytics to be able to really help our organization increase efficiencies, mitigate risk, and reduce costs. This is very important. What do we have here? Simplify compliance in a single comprehensive cloud-based platform. This is our dashboard showing our different modules. As we're looking at that, we believe we have an excellent suite of intuitive compliance management tools. And you can see the different things that we're covering. Really not looking at siloed, but really building that ecosystem and being able to collaborate with other companies to bring a total package to the customer. We want to foster better communication and collaboration among our team members. That's how we're going to retain staff, is when they have an environment that they feel technology is being used to optimize the relationship with the patient. And I think that's important. By digitizing processes and workflows, it helps the way data is collected, stored, and utilized. Enhanced data-driven decisions reduce siloed software potential problems, increase efficiency, and drive practice compliance. Everybody is starting to talk about this ecosystem, right? This digital ecosystem where everything is communicating and giving real-time solutions to the practice. And I think that's important. Big picture, everybody's talked about it. When we're looking at dental practice management software, around $4.5 billion this current year, a good growth at 11 to 12% annually, and looking to be around $7.5 billion. Regulatory changes, really, when I was listening to this conference recently, talking about the regulatory environment, looking at really changing it and optimizing it throughout the United States. AI integrations in that compliant management side of it. Predictive analytics and process automation is going to be the key. We're developing our AI to really look at the data we're collecting and using that data to make good, positive decisions about our process. So that move to digitize is happening very quickly. Yes, we know that we have a competitive landscape, but one of the things that differentiates us is that we believe that we provide a dental-focused solution, that we're consolidated all the functionality in a single offering, global consistency of data, security and privacy benefits, and overall cost-saving opportunities. And we have integration capability to look at those different offerings out there with strategic partners to really build a nice ecosystem that delivers a lot of efficiency and a lot of information to drive good decision-making. Obviously, it's affordable, scalable, and it makes it a perfect fit for practices of all size. We offer exceptional customer support to ensure a smooth transition and ongoing success. When we take a look at our revenue channels, they're diverse. One of the things we believe is building strategic partners, mutual enhancement of offerings, scaled revenue, shared resources. We also compliance, dental compliance people. They're the best. They have an excellent book of business. We're going to help them manage client to increase communication and efficiency and be able to provide a proactive approach to their book of business. We also do not shy away from direct contact with dental practices, single, multiple locations, and DSOs. And we feel also related healthcare that is now starting to see this integration with dental and other types of practices. Good traction, right? We have over 100 clients currently on the system with over 330 locations and over 4,000 users. So we feel we got the traction and we're growing every day on that. What are we looking to do? We're looking for unique strategic partners that can enhance both of our offerings, including other dental software developers, consultants, dental suppliers, dental practices, and investors. With that strategy, we can accelerate our product development, including innovative technologies like IA, improve advanced analytics and software integration. We want to expand our go-to-market effort, which Travis has been helping us tremendously with addition of sales and marketing team members, improve acquisition, activation, and retention strategies, and expand our operations and customer service. We want to ensure an enjoyable onboarding and user experience and promote a robust referral program. Our financial objective, we're looking for capital to allocate toward asset acquisition, expanding the team, operational capabilities, and driving marketing efforts. We have a very, what I would say is a mature product. So we're really going to be focusing on that marketing and sales effort in our great team.
Sorry.
Just hit it there, right?
Yeah. No, perfect. Yeah. Go ahead. You got why don't you wrap it up?
Okay. Is there any questions? Anything I can answer?
That
Thank you.
good, Mark. Answered all the questions. All right. Good stuff. So up next, Alvin from Elite Dental Force.
All right, cool. You guys hear me?
You can.
Cool. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll jump right into it. Whoops. 1 second here. All right. You guys see my screen now?
We can. Yep.
All right. Well, first and foremost, thank you again for this opportunity. My name is Alvin Utai, and I'm the founder and CEO of Elite Dental Force. And we are a SaaS startup company located up in Saratoga Springs, Utah. And we are on a mission. And our mission is to bridge the communication gap between dental office staff members, insurance companies, and patients. We do that by providing a software called Edify. Edify is the first AI solution that helps dental offices understand the rules of insurance companies and matching it with the rules of CDT codes and et cetera. And so I want to jump right into the pain point of what we're facing in the industry. The three biggest pain point that is happening in the industry is staff turnover rate, burn rate, insurance reimbursements, and overhead costs. But we truly believe both of these, staff burnout and also overhead costs, comes from insurance reimbursements. These guys are the ones that are causing the most complex or the most issues within the industry because they're the ones that are making the rules. They're changing rules every single time. It makes it harder for us to actually get higher reimbursement rates. And if we don't have higher reimbursement rates, it makes it harder for us to actually, take care of some of the overhead costs and then also keep some of our staff members around. And let's be honest, the dental billing is broken. It's a system that's outdated and it needs, did I just miss everybody?
Oh, we got you. It's just not, your slides aren't moving. We're seeing it in PowerPoint.
1 second here. Just stop again. Sorry, my time is going. I'll make it quick.
I'll pause it for you.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Back.
It's the downside of multiple screens when you're presenting.
I know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Share. Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen now?
We're just seeing the PowerPoint. Well, you'll have to share the screen, share the slides, or put it in presentation mode.
Yep, it's a presentation about mode. Yeah, are you guys seeing the three biggest pain points?
No, we're just seeing your slide overview on the left side.
Oh,
So just need to share whatever screen you're presenting.
okay. Can you guys see it now?
I mean, it's there, but it has a PowerPoint. You have the PowerPoint interface.
Jeez, technical difficulties.
First
Sorry,
time this
everybody.
happened, by the way.
Okay. Let me just stop real quick. Let's start sharing.
I think if you share, if you go back to the share and you go specifically to share
You guys see it?
point, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
And then let me go back into. Okay, cool. So let me go. So you guys see the three biggest pain points now? Okay. So like I was saying, the dental billing system is broken, staff burnout is real, denials are brutal, and overhead cost is killing growth. We're not just fixing billing, we're redefining how money moves in the dental practice and so that's kind of our ultimate goal, but our ultimate goal is to actually have clean claims. But in order for us to do that, we have to actually start from the beginning to the end. And so we believe that we need to do this by understanding the actual rules of what was established from the very beginning. And so the industry has made a lot of money, but they've also lost a lot of money within the past 3 years. Out of there's a total of 100 and I think it's 135,800 dental offices in the U.S. And out of that many, 80 to 85% of them go through insurance companies, and 70% of them are actually PPOs. And so that is a huge downfall. And so, sorry, it's 183,900 dental offices, and 80 to 85% of them go through insurance companies. That's about like 50 to 60% of the revenue. Administrative costs is about 15 to 25% of the revenue. Loss due to errors is about 5 to 15%. And then the 25 to 30% is from your cosmetics and out of network. And so I really wanted to actually kind of go in and dive into the 3 years so we can actually understand what has happened within the past 3 years. In the past 3 years, these guys have made the industry has made a lot of money. In 2021, they made about $70 billion in total revenue. In 2022, they made about $68 billion in revenue. And then in 2023, they made about $68.5 billion. And they made about $189.6 billion in total within the 3-year span. Or actually, it's about $206.5 billion within the 3-year span. And then if we look at how much money they have lost, in 2021, they lost $38.4 billion. 2022, they lost about $66.2 billion. In 2023, they lost about $89.6 billion. That's a huge jump. And a lot of it was caused by inefficiency and outdated systems that was never built to sustain the way that office staff works. So the total amount that they lost within the 3-year span was $194.6 billion. So these guys are, most of you guys are well known. I mean, you guys are familiar with these guys. These have done a phenomenal job, but a lot of them are all outsourcing companies. They all do a lot of the manual work, except for Zentest and I believe Zoob. They've brought a lot of awareness to the industry, and kudos to them. But at the same time, I do believe that there are certain things that they're limited to. You know, they create really good software, systems and processes and stuff, but there is still errors within the systems. So our solution is Edify. Edify is the end-to-end AI-powered solution for down billing and insurance. It merges eligibility in 2 ways: real-time and overhead batch runs, ensuring every patient is verified before they arrive. Our claim scrubbing AI predicts rejections before they occur. We are developing and automating an appeal process and denial analysis tools to continuously improve outcomes. And we will be building and rolling out a dashboard for front office staff billers and leadership so they can see exactly what really matters the most. So what makes us different? Is our edge is pretty much comes from our deep vertical integration and unmatched access. We will be the first to combine dual model eligibility with AI-driven RCM. We've secured exclusive API partnerships with Vine. We're in the process of actually putting something together with Hedontal as well, which would give us a powerful real-time and historical claim insights. Our advisory group includes 25 offices with decades of experience guiding the development. And unlike legacy platform, Edify is built to hit 100% clean claims on the first attempt. That's pretty bold, but that is our goal. This is our team. This is our core team. Our team blends deep industry knowledge with cutting-edge tech. Alex Fewer, our acting CTO and developer, has built complex software systems in healthcare. Seti Matua brings decades of enterprise project management experience. Nadine is leading our partnership business development. Matalena brings 43 years of dental experience. Heather Bartico is leading our customer acquisition team. And then Travis, most of you guys are familiar with Travis. He's actually leading some of the strategy and scaling some of the things that we're putting in the pipelines. And then we also have Ben Tournay, who is an insurance industry expert in fee negotiations. These are some of the partners that we've established. Again, I think the earliest one right now is Hedontal. We're looking to close up a partnership with them, and we're excited about what they bring and the value that they can add to Elite Dental Force. Our business model is a SaaS. It's a subscription. It ranges anywhere from 5,000 to about 6,250 per year. And where we make our money is every claim that we collect, we charge a 2% to 3.2%. And this is our market size, our TAM, SAM, and SOM. And our ask. We're asking for strategic support in executing our validation study and redefining our AI model with the right data. We value mentorship around compliance, payer relationships, and system design. We're looking for introductions to investors to help us close our 2.5 million seed round, which will support the infrastructure, engineering, and onboarding of our first 100 customers. And that's Elite Dental Force. Thank you for the time.
All right. Thank you, Alvin. With that, we'll wrap up for all the pitches for the day. Thank you to everybody that pitched. Thank you to all that attended. Feel free to stay on. If there's anybody that has any questions, I'll open up the floor if anybody wants to chat or any questions or discussion.